Okay, students, for all of you that I was trying to help figure out how to make your graph out of data in Google Sheets, I have finally figured it all out and thought I'd post a video. So first you want to, of course, enter your data in a Google Sheet. When you enter your data, you want to make sure that you put the data that you want on the x-axis in the first column that you're going to be highlighting. So for me, I'm entering data about the distance that some object moved over a certain time. So I want time to be on my x-axis when I graph this. And then your other set of data, okay, is going to go right next to it. Now the other part you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure that you enter a 0, 0. And it doesn't matter if you put it at the beginning or the end of your list, okay, because as we go through the different steps, it'll all work out correctly in the graph. So for now, I'm just putting it at the end of my list. What you then want to do is you want to highlight the columns, including their headings, that you want to put into the chart. And I'm just going to go over here to the Insert Chart button. You could also go to the Insert menu, but I'm just going to use the little icon. And you see it, by default, it pops up as a bar graph. And we don't want a bar graph. So we want to change the chart type. You either want to choose line, okay, which is one acceptable option for what data we're going to be collecting and what I have here, or scatter plot, which will of course just put your points, and then eventually we're going to enter a line. I am going to go ahead and pick the scatter chart. What we want to do now is we can see, whoa, that looks like way too many data points. And automatically, again, it says use row 1 as headers, okay, which we have here in our data under row 1. We have to click use column A as labels. Okay, and so now it tells the program to use the time data as part of the labeling, okay, for the x-axis. So now our next step is to customize our chart. We want to add, of course, a title. So right here, we go and we type in what we want our title to be. I'm going to pretend that this was a toy car motion that we were charting. Okay? And so I want my title to be toy car motion. You can again make it whatever you want. Then I want to go to the drop down menu and change and put a title on my horizontal axis, which in this case my horizontal is my time. So I'm going to put that in. And then my vertical, I want, oops, I didn't put the chart title in the right spot. So chart title is toy car motion. And my vertical axis title, where I accidentally had put it in, is distance. So good reminder, just double check that you are in fact entering the text title, okay, in the correct category, as I just messed that up a little bit. All right, after we title everything, we want to go and fix our horizontal axis, because notice right now the axis isn't really spaced out or scaled. It's just whatever values I had in this column. So down here in the menu, we're going to go to the horizontal axis, and we're going to unclick this box here that says treat the labels as text. We don't want it to be written as text, we want it to be viewed as data. And so now you can see that it has changed the axis to a nice steady scale, and we could check, sure enough, there's our 0, 0 point, and this would be a corresponding point from our data table and so forth. Then as is going to be with your case, you might want, instead of a point-to-point graph, which again I could have done if I had chosen a line graph, it would put in my nice lines here. But I don't like that because it's a little messy, okay, going point to point, and then it also has the trend line in there. So that's why, as I said, I chose the scatter plot when I did it. So now I've just got my points, but I want a line. So again, in the Customize menu, I'm going to go under Series, and I'm going to click that I want a trend line inserted. And now my graph is finished. And again, I apologize for all the confusion in class. It did take me a while, but I did figure it out, and I hope this helps. Now that you have your graph, again, you can click on these 3 little dots here, and you can save your image. You could simply copy it and paste it into a Google Doc, like your lab report, you know, things like that. So whatever you need to do with it, now that it's been created, you've got it. So I hope this is helpful.